Hello everyone. This is semester 2 and today I am deal with paper number 106, 20th century literature, 1900 to World War II, and this is my presentation. This is the table of content. Introduction of author. My topic is an Indian mythical interpretation in W.B. Yeats' poem "The Second Coming." Introduction of author. W.B. Yeats that some biographical information give in my PPT, and also that some information I giving to my audience. And that is his father was a lawyer, and also he was a portrait painter. W.B. Yeats made his debut as a poet in 1887, but in his early period, he was a dramatic production outweighed his poetry. Along with a playwright Lady Georgie, he founded the Irish theatre, which later became a Abbey Theatre, and he was the chief playwright in the Abbey Theatre. His plays are often based on Irish legend and are full of that mysticism and spiritualism. About the poem. Second coming poem we can interpret in a various way. We can read in that pandemic. We can read with an war poetry, and I am that interpret with an Indian mythology. The second coming poetry we interpret with it various ways. The second coming refers to the idea Jesus will return to the earth towards the end of time, bring justice and order. And this is not only the Christianity, but this is that law of every religion, and universally we can see that every religion's God, there is the idea of that second coming or God. In our in Hinduism we can see that 10 avatars, and we in nowadays we can wait for that Kalki avatars, and there are 10 avatars of that our Lord Vishnu. One of them, Krishna says in a Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 4 verse number 7. uh, uh, there is the श्लोक यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानि भवति भारत अद्भुतानम अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सुजाम्यहम्. That is the mean. If increase of that evilness and religions are less, I am born with a human being, and I am again that spread a religion's belief. He believed in the complex set of idea to do with gyres, increasing cone-shaped sprinkles representing various element, historical and individual force, offering that transitions into the new worlds. We can see that historical with an world war, individual with a world second coming with a philosophical and religion aspect. We can see that poem in a various way. The second section Yeats represent that distributing image of that Spanish out of that spiritus mundi, which literally means spirit of that world. Outer, but there refers to the Yeats belief that every mind is linked a single vast intelligence. This glimpse of a new order after 2000 years. Christianity is not a comforting one, yet conclude by a wondering about the nature of his rough beast that shallow trees toward Bethlehem to be born. This is on that religions of the Christianity, and that another we can see that the human body with an lion head, with interpret with an Indian or a Hinduism. A myth may be encapsulate a man to the cardinal values of virtue that characterized a certain culture. Despite its a complexity, a myth is a simple and down to earth tool. It is a tool since it aims at understanding that mysteries at the growing the world, since it attempts that appears and a portrayal fear that may terminate humans, a terminated creature doomed to suffers. Seen most importantly, it convey the general truth at the characterized in a particular culture. In our day to day life and our childhood, we can listen that if any baby wants to go outside their home, their mother and grandmother tells that If you go outside, then a saint was kidnapped you, and our Gujarati sentence "Bhavo tane pakdi jase." We connect with a mythical concept that Sita going to outside his home, and Ravan as the saint, he was kidnapped her. That a mythical, it's like sometimes that fear on human. If you want that someone believe in your believe you in you, or if you want something hiding them, then you create a mythical concept or mythical story around that. And they, because of the fear, they not use their logics, their questioning, and anything, not even in his brain. If that anything in a mythical, then always we think that okay, this is right. And our grandparents also not wants to, we are questioning on other people that this is not a right question. Instant attempt have a resulted a countless myth that have a gradually enriched universal culture. WBH's poetry is a rich and a mythical symbol and imaginary. He glance that a religion and philosophy of different culture and tradition to give is a poetry avure an aura of that profounding his seminal poetic work, The Second Coming, can be read in the light of ancient Indian myth of Narsimha Avatar, the hum animal hybrid incarnation of Lord Vishnu. The idea of the Second Coming, Christ, sound very like the concept of the reincarnation, and that this is the two image of reincarnation. And there is the one interesting cartooning images. I want to you all the see and read that, it is very interesting. And we know that Narsimha Avatar, we all are know, but I am give that small information about it. That Hiranyakashipu is that king of that earth, and he was having a one Vardhan in a Sanskrit Vardhan. Uh, no one can kill him, not a human, not animal. In not kill them a day and night, not in outside, not in inside. Any weapon not kill him. And he was a strict ruler of no one can worship of Lord Vishnu. And his own son Prahlada was a worship of Lord Vishnu, and he was a highly tortured on his own son. And at the end of that torture, Narsimha Avatar will be killed Hiranyakashipu. And this is the connection with that second coming. There is the human body with a lion face. This is that I am interpreted in with Narsimha Avatar. Yet the second coming exhibits the coming of an anti-Christ, Christ that will shake humanity out of his stony sleep from 20th century. The figure is that a synapsis will lion body and the head of a man. This is the ferocious creature with inherent to the set the things right in the chaotic world where things are falling apart as a center cannot hold them together. The story of Narsimha Avatar finds echo in the second coming. Yeats' poem paint a green picture of the modern society where the ceremony of innocence is a drawing. Similarly, the innocence of devote to of God like Prahlada is also tortured by his father. The chaos and mayhem of the modern world or anarchy of the Hiranyakashipu region could have been overcome only by a omnipotent power acquiring the spirit of not just a human world but also of that non-human. And that also that a mythical reference, I remember this where we study that play of Waiting for Godot. And that play Estragun said one line, peoples are bloody ignorant ape, and the context of Bible. And this is the also we can interpret that if a mythical and a religion's book context, people are not use their logics. And another one in also in for that Waiting for a Godot, if we connect Godot with a god, there is the connection with that second coming. They both are waiting for a Godot, and the people of waiting for a second coming or any avatar, or Jesus Christ or anyone. They believe on that. Conclusion: the symbol, according to Yeats, originated in the poet's mind, thought a divine inspiration, but yet a sense when a man writes any work of genius, invents some creative action, is it not because some knowledge of power has come into a mind from beyond his mind? It's called up by an image, as I think, but our image must be given to us. We cannot choose them deliberately. If a poet wants something creative, and their mind was not in a structuralism that this image I can use in that poem. Their mind there is the spontaneous flow of that thought and imaginary. These are my references. Thank you.
So, Mayuri, my question is, do we find any biographical reference which shows Yeats' relationship with India or visit to India, as we find many Indian philosophical reference in his poetry?
In modern time, we can see that in this time India have a colonized, and many spiritual and Indian philosophy are work in that western tradition, and many of writer read that and understand that. And if we seen at the context of WB Yeats, there are many poetry WB Yeats which belongs to the Indian philosophy, and that some idea or imaginary, or he can use that Hinduism on that.
Why does the poem, The Second Coming, end with a questioning? Let's Why does the poem, The Second Coming, end with a questioning?
Because according to me, this is the hope we can see in every religion, that someone coming or second one coming for our religion's belief, or he or she can free to us with that world.